The cryopod hissed open with a sound like ancient secrets being unveiled. Dr. Vextal stepped back, his four eyes blinking in sequence as frost billowed across the sterile laboratory floor. Around him, the observation deck of the Celestial Mandate hummed with the nervous energy of 24 xenobiologists, all watching the first human revival in 3,000 years. "Vital signs stabilizing," announced Nurse Kirith, her tentacles dancing across holographic displays. "Cardiovascular function nominal, neural activity. By the spiral, his brain activity is extraordinary." The figure in the pod was unremarkable. By galactic standards, bipedal, bilateral symmetry, average height for a pre-FTL species. His designation was burned into the pod's exterior. Marcus Reed, soldier, Earth year 2157. The Galactic Consortium had found his pod drifting in the debris field that was once humanity's cradle world, one of thousands scattered when Earth's sun went supernova centuries ago. Marcus's eyes snapped open, not gradually, not with the confusion expected of someone waking from millennia of frozen sleep. They opened with the clarity of a predator assessing threats. "Where am I?" His voice was rough but steady. He sat up, smoothly, ignoring the cluster of medical sensors that fell away from his chest. Dr. Vextal activated his translator implant. "Please remain calm, human. You are aboard a Galactic Consortium vessel. Your planet is gone." Marcus swung his legs off the pod, standing despite the protests of 3 nurses. "I remember the evacuation warnings. The sun dying. How long?" 3,214 standard cycles, Vextal said softly. "You are the last of your kind that we have successfully revived." Something flickered across Marcus's face, grief perhaps, or rage, but it vanished behind a mask of composure that unsettled Vextal deeply. The records indicated humans felt emotions intensely. This level of control was unexpected. "I need to see the galaxy," Marcus said. "What happened after we—" The ship lurched violently. Alarms shrieked through the corridors. Vextal's translator. "Implant erupted with panicked voices. Hostile contact, marauder vessels decloaking, defensive screens failing. The Kriegax." Of course. The insectoid raiders had been tracking the Celestial Mandate for weeks, hungry for the advanced xenobiological samples aboard. The consortium's security forces were scientific escorts, not warriors. Marcus moved. He crossed the laboratory, in 3 strides grabbed a medical laser scalpel from a tray, and was out the door before Vextal could activate the quarantine protocols. The doctor's translator caught Marcus's muttered words. 3,000 years and we're still fighting pirates. Some things never change. In the corridor, chaos reigned. Kriegax warriors, each 3 meters of chitinous armor and plasma weapons, had breached the outer hull. Consortium security officers fell back, their training focused on crowd control, not combat. Marcus appeared among them like a ghost from humanity's violent past. He used the environment instinctively, ducking behind bulkheads, using reflection on polished surfaces to track enemies. The laser scalpel designed for precision surgery became a weapon in his hands. He severed a Kriegax's neural cluster with surgical precision, rolled beneath plasma fire, and disarmed another raider with a move that seemed to defy his species' supposed physical limitations. Commander Zelkoth, watching through security feeds, felt his 3 hearts racing. What is that human doing? The records said they were an average-strength species. Dr. Vextal arrived on the bridge, breathless. Average for their civilians, perhaps. But the records also indicate humans practiced warfare for their entire history. This one. He gestured at the screens, showing Marcus systematically dismantling a Kriegax strike team. His designation said, "Soldier." Marcus moved through the ship like water flowing through cracks, inevitable, adaptable, relentless. Where Kriegax warriors expected prey, they found something their species had never encountered. A persistence predator awakened from an ancient age. He turned their weapons against them, used their own tactics with modifications born from 3,000 years of archived human military doctrine that existed only in his muscle memory. When he reached the bridge, 11 minutes after waking from cryosleep, Marcus was covered in purple Kriegax ichor and carrying 3 plasma rifles. "Seal sections 7 through 12, he said, his breathing only slightly elevated. "Their ships docked there. If you vent those sections, they'll lose their exit route and surrender. They're raiders, not zealots. They won't die for pride." Commander Zelkoth stared. "How could you possibly know their psychology?" Marcus's smile was tired and ancient. "Because we were pirates too once, before we reached for the stars." He placed the weapons on a console. "You should know something, Commander. The records you have on humans. We weren't an average species. We were an average species that clawed its way up from being prey. Every human alive was descended from the ones who survived when we weren't the apex predators on our own planet." He looked at the view screen, where the Kriegak's ship sat connected to their hull. "You want to know why I'm too strong? It's not strength. It's that every human alive in my time was the product of 4 million years of evolution in an environment that wanted us dead. We didn't just survive. We thrived. We turned our weaknesses into advantages." Dr. Vextal understood then, with a creeping sense of awe and terror. The galaxy had evolved on worlds where species dominated through natural advantages: armor, venom, telepathy, superior technology. Humanity had evolved through adaptation and persistence. They were the cockroaches of sentient species, and Marcus was proof that even their soldiers had been something extraordinary. The Kriegak surrendered when their escape route vanished into space. Marcus requested only one thing in return for his assistance: access to the Consortium's archives about other human survivors. As Dr. Vextal showed him to his new quarters, the doctor couldn't suppress his curiosity. "What will you do now, Marcus Reed? You are truly alone in time." Marcus looked out at the stars, different constellations than the ones he'd known, but still beautiful. "What humans have always done, Doctor: adapt, survive, and if I'm lucky, find others like me." He smiled, and for the first time since waking, genuine warmth touched his expression. "Besides, seems like this galaxy could use someone who remembers how to fight." Dr. Vextal left him there, watching the cosmos, and wondered if the Galactic Consortium had any idea what they'd truly unleashed by thawing humanity's last warrior. Some species were born to rule the stars. Humanity, it seemed, was born to survive them.